how do you feel about that? Like, coming all the way from Delhi to Darjeeling, collecting trash.
So I actually don't see it just as some dirty work that I'm doing. Golden Temple people come, they remove their shirt, and with their own shirt they clean the pavement, the stairs. So it's a different kind of devotion. But in my opinion, we should see every part of this land the same way we see our holy grounds. That's the awareness that I'm trying to bring to people. So it does take time, but I feel like when you organize a cleanup drive, even if you change one person's mind, you did a wonderful job. I absolutely agree with that. Like, that is the only way to incorporate this. Like, I mean, I have visited a preschool where there was a program as such organized, and that was organized because it was a private school.
All right.
But when it comes to public schools, me especially as a foreigner, I cannot bring this change.
Welcome to the I.N.S podcast today. We are here with one of a very, very inspiring story about a guy who traded his runway for the streets of India. Lazar, welcome to Darjeeling.
Thank you so much.
And welcome to I.N.S Productions.
Thank you so much, Manoj. Thank you so much for having me tonight. I would also like to share my thanks with Mingma Sherpa and Vikram Rai, because without you guys, this wouldn't be possible.
Yeah. So, like you mentioned Mingma and Vikram, right? So how did you get in touch with Mingma and Vikram? Like, before this, we'd seen a lot of your Instagram posts about cleaning up India.
Yes.
A foreigner cleaning up India. And we were quite curious, like, who's this guy trying to clean up India? So, like, coming to Darjeeling and, like, here today in this I.N.S production studios, like, how did you happen to arrive in Darjeeling?
So I actually came across page Deko Darjeeling and Darjeeling Deko both. So I started following the work that they do because I saw that they are very committed to everything that they do. I started following Migma as well. So I just got in touch and I suggested, since I'm already here in Northeast, I was like, why not come to Darjeeling itself?
Okay.
Because I saw that you guys are doing such a wonderful work and I really wanted to be a part of that as well. I wanted us to do something. So then Mingma himself suggested that I come to Darjeeling, and here I am.
Okay. So thank you so much for being here in Darjeeling, and I guess this is going to be a start, and we're going to have you many, many more times here in Darjeeling, and especially for the mission that you are. You've traded the glamorous world into the dirty world of the rubbish and the trash that has, like, really taken over India. And you are here in Darjeeling, which was once known as the Queen of Hills. But sadly, if you come to Darjeeling and if you've noticed it, I guess that Queen of Hill, that court of Darjeeling, I guess, has gone down. Do you feel that?
Well, to be very honest with you, since I came here, even though this place is a little chilly, I felt unusual warmth from inside. You can feel like very, very nice energy here. You can see that this place actually holds something very special.
Okay.
When I saw the views, I understood why is it called like that. I understood why it got the name Queen of Hills. And I really believe it's still there. It's just small responsibility that people have to take and a small change that all of us have to bring together. That's actually gonna bring that shine of Darjeeling that it
back
has.
to what it was,
Yes,
the Queen of Hills,
exactly.
back to his glory.
Exactly that.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay. Lazar, you're here in Darjeeling, and we are, in fact, more than delighted to have you here in Darjeeling. And Migma and Vikram, myself, we were talking about having an event tomorrow. That's going to be an event where you're going to run and plug. So we've scheduled that program for tomorrow at 7:30 in the morning at Chaurasta, where is the main tourist hub. So how do you feel about that, like, coming all the way from Delhi to Darjeeling, and then again being having to, like, go into collecting trash, like,
So I actually don't see it just as some dirty work that I'm doing. That's the awareness that I'm trying to bring to people, that this is actually noble work that all of us are doing. Taking out trash from the streets that we live in, where our children play, that we pass by every single day, it should be looked at something noble. So I find it an honor that you guys actually invited me here to be a part of all this.
Yeah.
And this is the awareness that I want to bring to this.
Talking about the rubbish, like, a lot of people have a concept of, like, something that is thrown on the streets is rubbish, and is not the responsibility of a citizen of that particular country to pick it up, like, but I've seen you, like, I've seen you without a mask. I've seen you barehandedly pick up rubbish in the streets of Delhi. Like, can you tell us a little bit about that? Like, what inside you, that force inside you, what made you push to pick up dirt in streets of Delhi?
Well, Serbians are known to have that warrior and fighter spirit. So I think like that just pushed me to just go through it, because I actually love this country. I really find India too beautiful. And like I always say, India is too beautiful to be this dirty.
Okay.
And most of the times I feel like people have a lot of fear, tackling this issue, and they get discouraged thinking that it's not possible. Like, you take for instance, when I told my family that I plan to clean India. How does that sound? But you pick up one piece of garbage, then you pick up the other one. Then another person sees you do it. They also want to join up. So this inspires you more. So I feel like this is a domino effect or chain reaction that needs to happen in India, and that I believe will happen.
Yeah. Talking about a chain reaction, like, you're picking up garbage and then someone else sees you and trying to pick up the trash, like what you do, like, do you think that has helped you to an extent where you've come over here to India? I think you guys have, you spent, say, 5-6 years in India.
8 years.
And 8 years in India. And you've been doing this Clean India thing. The chain reaction, do you think that is helping in cleaning or keeping that particular place, what you are doing, your work, to what you expect?
Yes, absolutely. Like I said, it's just in a way lack of courage. People just feel discouraged about this, thinking that if I clean today, again tomorrow it's gonna get dirty. But how we spoke already now, even though some places that I have cleaned do get dirty tomorrow, I get hundreds of messages of people texting me saying that because of my videos, they themselves clean the streets where they lived.
Okay.
So even though the place I clean might not be clean tomorrow, there are so many other streets that get cleaned because of the work that I do.
So you are positive about you trying to pick up trash from the streets of India.
You have to be.
Yeah. And talking about the chain reaction, the ripple reaction, should we call it the ripple reaction? Like, coming into Darjeeling, there's an NGO which is called by the name of MANOJ Darjeeling. And Vikram, Migma, myself, and there's a lot of other people who are associated with MANOJ Darjeeling. We are also trying to do the same thing here in Darjeeling, trying to instill that thought into people's mind to pick up that small bit of rubbish from the ground and put it to the place where it actually needs to go. So your thoughts on this, like, how you feel about this?
So I feel that is exactly the message that we're going to try and convey tomorrow. I feel this is the message that you guys keep on conveying, doing your plogging drives and different cleanup drives. So it does take time, but I feel like when you organize a cleanup drive, even if you change one person's mind, you did a wonderful job. Because if you can change one person's mind, you can change everybody's mind.
Yeah, changing one person's mind. Don't you think it's going to take a lot of time for a lot of people to come into that scene of cleaning up?
It does, but the change will happen. So we can either wait and do nothing, or we can hope that it one day actually happens.
Wow.
So I feel like this other option is much better.
So there's such a lot of positivity in you, like, trying to keep a place where you are, where you've now started considering your second home, India,
It is.
trying to keep it clean. I think that deserves a pat on your back. And we hope you're going to come back again to Darjeeling.
I'm definitely
And
gonna come back.
we're going to have you here in the streets of Darjeeling. But talking about cleaning, one particular video of your on Instagram like really touched me. Like, you were in one of these Delhi homes where you had that shovel in your hand, that green handled
A
shovel.
rake, yeah.
Yeah, in that hand. And then you were there in front of this house, like, and I heard you say, like, it took you 15 seconds. It took you 15 seconds to clean that rubbish that was accumulated outside the particular man's house, where the dust or where the rubbish was lying over there for 15 days.
It was there for a month actually. It took me, to be very honest with you, it took me 1 minute.
Yeah.
I was just under so much shock that I was like 15 seconds because I couldn't believe it. That it takes so little.
Yeah.
So the main thing that I always promote is like to people, you don't have to go around cleaning Delhi, cleaning different gullies. Just take care whatever is there outside your home, outside your shop. So if everybody comes down and does the same thing, I feel like half of the problem is already sorted. You can see, for example, here in Darjeeling as well, it's mostly homes and shops and small streets. I mean, smaller streets, right? So imagine if every shopkeeper, every house owner just comes out and cleans up whatever is there in front. Don't you think the whole place will be clean?
Yeah.
And how little effort it takes, actually.
So, Lazar, basically, it's that more of awareness. I guess it's more of awareness getting into the minds of the people, the mindset, changing the mindset of the people. I feel it's more than like trying to really pick up the trash. Like, you're trying to pick up the trash is just trying to show people like you need to do that. But more than that.
So if you've seen my page, for example, I have a few posts where I literally do only that much.
Yeah.
For example, I went to the Golden Temple in Amritsar. And
I saw that.
Yeah. So what happened there is, even though that place is pristine,
I know.
there was one piece of garbage there. There was one
There's one bottle
that was there, right?
Yes.
So exactly what I did, I just picked up that much. It made a change. I went to Rajasthan. It was a serene place. There was one bottle. I picked up just that one bottle. It made complete difference.
Yeah.
So just one bottle can make a change.
Yeah. So how did you feel like, going from the streets of Gurgaon and entering the Golden Temple where you said, like mentioned, pristine, like, Gurgaon is in India and Golden Temple is also in India, like, but what, like, how did you feel like?
See, like if you compare, you cannot compare actually streets of Gurgaon with such a holy place, because there are people who are very devoted there. In Golden Temple, people come, they remove their shirt, and with their own shirt they clean the pavement, like the stairs, even what do you say, the surface of Golden Temple. So it's a different kind of devotion. But in my opinion, we should see every part of this land the same way we see our holy grounds.
Yeah. So do you think I think the moral values, moral education would be of help to people trying to keep their places clean?
Definitely, and it's just that's exactly it. People think it's a very huge task, but like how I said previously, it's just that the mental problem where people think that it's not their duty.
All right.
So once this changes, all of the things will change. People are going to become more radical about the littering. They're going to prevent other people from littering. They'll be more focused on segregation and eventually recycling, which should be the final step of this whole progress.
Like you mentioned, like, a task. People do feel like it is a task for someone to clean up trash where someone else has, littered around in any area. And again, I've seen a lot of videos where you've been cleaning up a lot of cities, where you've been cleaning up a lot of holy places, where you've been going around all over India and trying to clean up. But one thing really struck me, like, you're cleaning up and then you have a few guys along with you. And there are about more than 100 people just trying to look at you like, onlookers, foreigners cleaning up this place, and it's like as if it's a magic show.
See, this happens like for many reasons. There is
Yeah.
not one particular reason. For example, like whatever you do actually as a foreigner in India, because you are an outsider, people find it unusual. If you as a foreigner start cleaning, they see this as an anomaly. They don't know how to take it. So a lot of people who join are actually people who've been waiting all this while for the change to happen. But you wouldn't believe how many people that cleaned with me came and told me, sir, like the only reason why I'm not doing this is because I'm scared. When, for example, one guy came to me and he was like, I tried to do this in my own street long time ago, but when I told this to my grandma, she laughed at me. My grandfather told me not to even try it because it's demeaning. So people are discouraged, people are scared to
Yeah,
do
let's
it,
come to that. Like,
but everybody's waiting for this to
yeah,
happen.
yeah, let's come to that. I was scared, and it is demeaning. Like, don't you think? I think more than your cleaning, we need to focus more on educating people that it isn't demeaning, and you shouldn't be scared about picking up trash. I feel that
Absolutely.
way.
See, whatever
Like,
you just said, educating people definitely, but how much can we educate people who have already been educated, if you can say like that?
Okay.
So, the best way to do this is with kids.
Kids.
So, like implementing Japanese system where, like civic sense, cleanliness, and different kind of programs as such are implemented in school and education system. That's very necessary. But for if I can say older people, like adults, it's more necessary to actually be a little humble and just pick up one piece of garbage.
Okay.
Trust
Okay, just
me,
let
it
me
makes
just
a
come to
change.
you over here. Like you mentioned, the Japanese style. I've seen a lot of videos on Japanese kids trying, like cleaning up schools and their teachers, the administration making them clean their schools, clean the area, clean their compound. And here we come to India, like that the demeaning part of cleaning up someone else's rubbish is demeaning. Now, do you think this particular subject of cleaning up your school, starting from your school, like what we say, like, charity begins at home. Don't you think the government of India or the local government in whatever state that we are should be having one major subject on this cleaning
I
part?
absolutely agree with
This
that.
cleaning part.
Yes, I
Yeah.
absolutely agree with that. Like,
Yeah.
that is the only way to incorporate this. Like, I mean, I have visited a preschool where there was a program as such organized, and that was
Okay.
organized because it was a private school.
All right.
But when it comes to public schools, me especially as a foreigner, I cannot bring this change. So this change can only be brought by government, but this will only happen if people change their mindset about it. Because imagine, even if government brings this change, how many parents would actually agree with their children going out on the street and being involved with this? So again, as a foreigner, I cannot get involved in so many internal issues that are happening in India. But I'm definitely agreeing that this needs to be incorporated in education.
Yeah, because see, Lazar, like I've been seeing a lot of videos on Swachh Bharat. The government of India, Prime Minister, like really trying to focus on Swachh Bharat, trying to keep India clean. But there are certain places, like India is one place where a lot of people come to India to visit a lot of holy places, holy shrines, holy places in India. And I saw one of your videos in Vrindavan, and that really like I was like taken aback. I was shocked, and then in one of your videos, I could hear you say like what is this, like what is this, like you kept on saying that, like
Because I couldn't believe it.
yeah, that's what, like
I couldn't believe it because it's a very holy place. That video that you're talking about was taken in Mathura,
yeah,
which is a birthplace of Lord Krishna.
Lord Krishna, all right.
And actually, this whole cleanliness that I'm trying to incorporate in India, I didn't bring from Serbia. I learned it from Indians in
Yes.
themselves. Indians are one of the cleanest people on the planet. You guys don't walk in your houses with your shoes on before any puja. first thing you do is clean, right? And before Diwali or anything as such. So I just found it very hard to understand that such a holy place can be kept like that. And it's very easy to come and blame the officials, to blame municipalities, when I see people themselves coming and littering. I've seen, like we've spoke before, I've seen a lady come with a handful of plastics in her hands, throw them in Yamuna and say Hare Krishna. So this is something that we really need to approach without blaming anybody individually, because cleanliness is a very deeply rooted part of Hindu way of life. But you can see that there is some sort of lack of sense when it comes to these things. You know, there are certain people that just don't understand what they're doing. So instead of blaming people or officials, I feel like we need to find a way to just shine a light upon this, you know, without people getting offended or anything as such, and just being like, guys, let's make this change. You know, it's just disrespectful. That's all.
Like, very well said. Throwing trash into the river and saying Hare Rama, which really is an irony, I guess. Like, you know, so I guess it's a difficult task ahead of us. Like, you know, ahead of you, ahead of us. Like, we're trying to do the same here in Darjeeling. We're trying to clean. Recently, we had a cleanup drive in Darjeeling, and what we thought was, we painted one wall where there would be a lot of rubbish near that place. So we painted the wall. We had a nice mural by an artist, a very good artist in Darjeeling. And after a few days, we get a photograph, and there's this huge pile of rubbish, like, you know, which is just dumped right below that painting that we
Same
had
thing
done.
that I've seen in Bangalore. There is a huge graffiti which says, "Do not throw garbage here," and there is a lady with a namaste like begging, "Do not throw garbage there." It became a landfill.
My God.
So there are other places around, but there where the graffiti is done by the officials, that became a landfill, where it says "Do not throw garbage." So it's like, it's very.
I know.
Yeah.
Like, you know, there's someone trying to clean it up.
It's like reverse psychology.
Reverse psychology. Absolutely, yes.
Yeah. So somebody tells you not to do it, and you still continue doing it.
Okay.
So it's just basic sense. Like, you know, the problem in India is a lot of things happen through blaming and shaming. So we really have to skip all of this and just show a lot of understanding for each other. Because it's just like, you know, this was a chalta hai attitude that's been going on for years. And we just need to say enough is enough. Let's change this without blaming anybody in particular. Because you cannot say that just one part of India or like one temple or one mosque is dirty. There is trash everywhere. I know. So is the problem in the north, west, south, west, northeast, everywhere. Same problem. Maybe population will be less, you know, so wherever there is less population and more locals, you will see less garbage. So, but still there will be there. You know, you've seen in Darjeeling as well, you've seen in small places. There is only handful of villages, if you can say, where it's actually clean. I forgot the name. There is one village in Meghalaya.
Meghalaya. It's known as the Maulong village.
Yes, exactly. So I've seen recently there is one more village in Maharashtra, which is entirely clean, and everything is maintained only by the locals.
When we visited Maulong in Shillong, the cleanest village in Asia, and we heard stories as to how the village actually started becoming clean. And then one village elder gave us a story saying that it was one old man in the village who started cleaning up his area, the house in front, the compound in front, and then he influenced his neighbor, and then the neighbor influenced the third, the fourth, and then that ripple effect, that chain effect, and everybody started cleaning up that area. And one fine day, the village chief finds that Maulong has become very, very clean. And they sat down for a meeting, and they said, why don't we carry forward this tradition of keeping the village clean? And now today, there are thousands and thousands of tourists who visit Maulong, and then the economy has changed. The people are earning money. Why? Because everybody wants to come and see Maulong, the cleanest village. So how many success stories can we expect, like, you know, in India, more like you mentioned Maharashtra,
So
you
you,
mentioned
you
Gurgaon.
just you just go back 2 steps and see the process that you just told.
I know.
It started with one man, then with neighbors, then with community, and then with the government. So the problem here is mostly people just go on say, okay, it's this person's problem, it's this official's problem. That so once people themselves start doing their
I
job,
know.
the officials are also gonna feel more encouraged to make this change. But if even if the government comes out and cleans the whole of India, what is the point if tomorrow itself is going to
It's
be
gonna get
dirty?
dirty. Absolutely.
So
Yeah. Yeah.
this is the thing.
This is one thing. Like Lazar, it's really like touched me. And when we had this Mero Darjeeling project, like we had the tagline, like Gunaso Haina Sayog. Like Gunaso Haina Sayog means do not complain, but be a help. Like, stop complaining. Like what I feel is like high time we stop complaining. There are two complaints. Either we complain about the government or the municipality becoming incompetent, or either we complain about a person throwing trash. So both ways we are complaining. Like I feel now, like as citizens of a particular area, I think action is the magic word. Like what you say, like get into action, try to do it. Like what you said, keep your area, that small area in front of your house clean. I guess that message, I guess, is going to be very strong.
It takes only that much.
Yeah.
And like I told you, only problem here is that everybody got discouraged and people do not take ownership of their own streets. So if you go to any Indian person's home, 99% of them are spot clean, right? But the moment it comes to something that's outside, people think this is not my place, even though they themselves live there,
Yeah.
right? Like their children play there. So we need to take the ownership of our streets. So even though, for example, even though Serbia is not the cleanest country in the world, we have our own problems.
Our problems, yeah.
Our community is strong. So like this summer also we had our own issues. Like there was a very hot summer. The trees started dying out. So even though people like asked like officials for help, there was small help from their side, but mostly it was children from age of 5 to elders age 60 who just came out with buckets of water and just watered the plants. After that initiative that we've taken, we went through the whole neighborhood and we watered every single tree. What happened after that? We agreed that every person in the neighborhood will become a parent of a tree, meaning that every
You were
person
adopting any single tree.
adopting one single tree. And now what you have to do, just maybe once in 5-6 days, take a bucket of water and just pour it on that tree. You've done your job. So it takes
You need
very
not
little.
going on watering the whole trees in
Nothing,
Serbia.
because
like,
everybody has their own tree, right?
Yeah.
So imagine this: everybody has their own part of the street. Everybody has their own tree. How quickly Darjeeling will be clean?
Clean.
I'm telling you, if everybody takes this
I'll
initiative,
just
1
relate
year.
a story to you about cleanliness in Darjeeling. Like, I'll just go back to my childhood days. My father used to have a broom which is known as jhadu. We call it jhadu, this thing that we swipe, the bamboo or a stick. We were disciplined and we were asked to clean the street in front of our house. But sadly today, when I go for my morning runs and when I go to my gym or something like that, I do not see any household person trying to come and clean the streets on their own.
But I've seen that in many places. Like for example, in South India, especially like in Bangalore, where I used to stay for 6 years, I see that a lot of local residents, first thing in the morning that they do is at least do the jaro work in front of their house.
Yes.
So like I feel like we do still have a lot of
People
potential,
doing it,
and
but,
yes,
but,
and a lot of
but there's a dip. Earlier it used to be more, but it's now less. Like I feel if everybody does that, like what you said, like I guess that this change is going to come slowly, and changes trying to come over here in this world in this 21st century, I guess it's going to be difficult because I feel the mindset of people, like what you said, is one is they feel demeaning, one is they feel scared, and one is I feel it's not my job. It's not my job, it's the job of the municipality.
Yes.
So that way, like, so do you think people need to come out and do it?
I think that's definitely a yes.
Yeah. So here's Lazar trying to come all the way from Serbia to Delhi and all the way to Darjeeling. This is an appeal to the people of Darjeeling from our side and from Lazar's side. Like, please be that little bit of responsible and trying to come and just clean that small bit of area in front of your house. And if you try to clean that small bit of area in front of your house, I guess that's gonna make a huge difference.
Definitely.
Right?
And it's gonna inspire so many more people.
I know. And then you always I've been seeing, like, there's so many languages. India is diverse. Like, there's so many languages that we speak in India. Like, but I that really caught me, that simple language, like you said about cleanliness. Can we have that? Like,
The line that I use or the language? I didn't.
the lines.
So my quote that I always use, like a very simple quote, so it can get stuck with everybody, is सभी को अपनी घर या दुकान के सामने 2 मीटर की दूर साफ रखना चाहिए, बस इतना काफी है.
Wow. So this particular line that Lazar said, like, सबैको घरको अगाडि अथवा छेउमा 2 मिटर मात्रै हामीले सफा राख्यो भने पनि, I guess Darjeeling or that particular area like सुन्दर सफा हुने अलिकति सम्भावना छ. And with that hope, like, like people like you and me, like, we move on with our projects of cleaning and trying to like, get something happening in particular areas, like, then rivers, water in India, so important. And the video that you had put up about one river, and I was seeing that the river, that stream was so clean, like, you could see the riverbed. In fact, you could literally see the riverbed in that video that you had cleaned up. And then, like, there's one gutka packet over there, like, like there's in that stream, in that river, like, I don't know.
So that actually only recently I went to Arunachal Pradesh.
Oh, this was in Arunachal Pradesh.
Yes,
All
in
right.
Arunachal Pradesh.
Right.
So we went deep down in the jungle. It was a very rural area, so it wasn't like nearby any city or anything as such. So we can give like a reasoning why. It was deep in the forest, if I can see, in the jungle. The stream was so clean. It reminded me of some streams in Serbia as well, from which you can actually drink water.
Yeah.
And I was about to be very honest with you, I was about to drink that
When
water.
you saw that clean stream.
And yes, because it was very clean.
Yeah.
And then I see a gutka packet lying down right there. So I can still kind of understand in big cities there are so many people. But imagine a person went all the way there
To
just to litter.
Yeah.
So I don't think he went there purposely to do it, but just that mindset, like lack of empathy
Yeah.
that a person should have, not to like want to preserve something as such. Because Arunachal Pradesh is one of the like states in India which are like very clean, which are very like preserved that nature. And it's just very heartbreaking to see that.
It was so heartbreaking, like, and that the person, like whoever was taking that video and put it up on your Instagram page, like, it was really taken up well. But to see that gutka packet, like, it's like that invasion, like, in those olden days, like, where where enemies come and, like, they invade your city and, like, they beat forts and fortresses, like, I guess you need to build forts and fortresses for people.
Yeah, exactly. But see, that creates a you know about broken window theory.
Yeah.
So basically that means that if you see an area that's unattended, you feel that it's neglected and that nobody cares about it. So one piece of gutka means another piece of gutka wrapper.
Absolutely,
Or not, it's not only about gutka, it's about anything.
yeah.
So that's a broken window theory. So be it with the cleanliness in the streets, in the rivers, in the fields, anywhere else. Once you throw one piece of garbage anywhere, another one will follow. So just raising that much empathy, because it's not only about just civic sense. A lot of people in India do have civic sense.
Yeah, they do.
But we need to raise empathy. We need to feel that if we do something as such, we don't have to clean it, somebody else does. And we destroy our home.
Yeah, so there's a ripple chain reaction for both.
Absolutely.
Cleanliness, Lazar is out on the streets. Somebody sees and tries to come and help Lazar, and then the third person and then the fourth person joins Lazar in cleaning some street. And then there's this Mr. X who throws a gutka packet, or who throws a banana peel, or who throws a bottle. And then there's Mr. Y, sees it, and then he feels, oh yes, this is the place that I need to throw my banana peel. Or the
But there is a person Z also
Yeah.
who will see both of these options. Who will
Yes.
see, let's say, us cleaning and another person throwing, and then he gets to decide which guy he wants to be.
Yeah.
You know.
So-
So
for us, that Z is very, very important.
that's the Z one is the one that we're trying to get.
Yeah. So do you think we're going to get more Zs?
I'm getting so many Zs every day.
Oh, yeah?
I wish you could see my DMs and not just people telling me how much they appreciate or support what I'm doing,
yeah.
but people actually sending me photos and videos of the streets that
Wow,
they
that's so
clean.
good.